I just had a smart grill delivered to my home. It's in the garage and we're gonna get this thing built today, set it up, and I'm gonna show you everything about it. Now, what's really exciting about what's called the Origin 580 is not just how it looks. It's not just that it's a smoker. This thing has recipes in an app. It connects to your Wi-Fi. You can monitor temperatures. Plus, you have this AI feature that I'm gonna show you all about. Will actually help you to cook. Now, I gotta test all this out. Let's go do that together right now. Let's go build this thing. This might not seem like much yet, but let's get going. Okay, that's pretty neat. Let's do that. Holy. This thing's heavy. So one thing I'm liking already, everything's really well labeled. The instructions, super easy. Biggest thing is you gotta flip it over. A wireless antenna. This has been a pretty fun build process. Actually really easy. It's not like IKEA. You're not left with a bunch of extra widgets. Things have been really good. Simple to build, sturdy. So I'm appreciating that, but it's time to flip. It's okay. Flip with your legs. Nope. I did fail at flipping it over on my own. It's not that heavy, but thank goodness my dad came over to help me move it so I didn't scratch it. Now, we got it onto the deck of my home where I was able to finish adding in the different plates, grills, handles, and all the rest of the accessories. Now, once that was done, I sat down with the manual and it showed me how to get the whole brisket grill started. I had to fill it up with wood pellets that were sent to me by the folks at Brisk-It, and then I took a few minutes to just sit back and admire how it looked. Now, I think it looks great, and it is clearly gonna last for years and years. Now, I even got a front shelf as well as a side shelf where I can hang my tools and brushes. Plus, I got a nice grill cover that is this nice orange color, and it fits the channel really well. One thing you might not expect is that the Origin 580 is an electric grill, so you do have to plug it in, and the cable isn't that long, so you will have to think about where you're going to place this or run an extension cord to it. Then once you have it plugged in, you can get ready to prime it. Now, the way this smoker works is that there's an auger at the bottom of the wood pellet storage compartment. That slowly turns and it moves the wood over to the other compartment where your food is going to be cooked. Now, you can't really hear the auger, but you can hear air moving through the device as it tries to disperse the heat very evenly. I did notice that it takes a few minutes to start warming up the compartment. That's a fairly natural thing for these types of grills, and I don't mind it for a number of reasons. Basically, you start up the grill the first time to season everything and to make sure there's nothing left on any of those surfaces that you don't want getting onto your food. To get it started, there's a couple of different ways. There's the control panel on the front, and you can also connect this to your home's Wi-Fi. Let me show you that little control panel on the front, because makes it easy to control. Now this is the control panel. I'm just going to turn it on. You have a dial right here. You can see I'm changing the set point temperature. So I'm setting what it's going to ignite and then try to drive to. And so I just press the ignite button and you can hear it firing up. Now I can still change the temperature. And of course, I can go into the menu. There's timers. I can set some details about the probes, including the alerts. I can turn on the power smoke mode. I can look at my Wi-Fi settings. I can change the auger or get the auger moving. And if I wanted, I can also adjust to Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. Of course, if I'd like, I have the temperature probe, so I just plugged one in right here. And then this just actually feeds through up here. And then you can get that temperature monitored. When I want to shut down the grill, I just hold this button and there we go. We're confirmed shutting down. It's going to go through a shutdown sequence. One of the things about smart products is that they connect to the rest of your home. You can usually do a little more with them. And this grill is actually no different. Now, what I've discovered is that it can connect to your home's Wi-Fi. I called mine Gorilla. Yes, I do think I'm kind of clever with that name. You get all kinds of information in the app here. Like this is a whole control page. You can see what the grill is doing. You can see the temperature inside. You can change the temperature. You can see the temperature on probes if you've added those in, and you can set timers as well as see what those timers are at. I'm in the Brisk-It app, and we just went through the outdoor interface, and I want to show you that things are kind of mirrored here, but there's some extra features in the app that are really exciting. Now, I have the grill, Gorilla, there it is. I can see the status of it. I could add another grill if I need another. This is called power smoke, so you can really hit your food with a lot of smoke there. This is keep warm, so after you're done, you can just kind of keep things the right status. And then there's a lot of different settings, so I can change my grill name if I ever get tired of that. And I can see lots of information about the grill, the firmware, if I ever need the owner's manual, there it is. And there's some things like priming the auger, seasoning the grill, basic functions, okay? And if you ever need to calibrate your probe, there's an option for you there. Now, of course, when I ignite the grill, which I'm gonna do right now, then I'm gonna get a bunch more information here. So we can see the temperature, and I had that temperature set prior to this, okay? I can set a target temperature here for the grill. So let's say we wanna go to 200. There, I've set it. It's sending that to the grill, and it's going to try and bring up the temperature. So there's my set point, and there's the grill temperature. Now this red you're seeing is one of the probes that I have attached. Now, if you wanted to set a temperature, say you're cooking chicken, which usually you want to get like around 180, 185 degrees, you can set that, and look, there's chicken right there. So, okay, there's the 165 for the smaller pieces of chicken, right? Once you're happy with your temperature, then you can hit set, and when it hits that, it's gonna turn that green, okay? So you know that that's come up. If you wanna set a timer, you can also set a timer there, and you actually have two, and both of those can run. Now, in a lot of cases, you're gonna have your favorite recipes. There's the favorite button. It brings up the ones you have favorited, and you can load those in. So it's showing me my ingredients, what I gotta do, and now it loaded it up there. I had it previously loaded, but you can see now it's sent that to the grill because I was already ignited. But if I wasn't ignited, it sits there, it waits, and you can send it to the grill at any point in time. So now it's using this recipe that we found before, and it's going to 225, and we're going to try and get our probe to 115. And you can see it's set those already up for us. So that's how this interface works. When you're sitting inside, you can monitor all of this, have a look anytime you'd like. And one thing that happens when you send a recipe is when it gets up to the temperature that it needs to in order to cook, it starts that timer, and we're about to see this timer end. I'm done my cooking cycle. You're gonna see what the app does. It sends notifications, not just through the app. When you're in the app, you'll get them outside of the app as well. So now it's complete. I can shut down the grill if I'd like. You can see it turned on the keep warm setting. So really powerful stuff. It's just doing this all on its own. And if I'd like to be done, I can just shut down the grill. And now it's just gonna cool down on its own. And you can see there's a whole shutdown cycle going on here. It's going to take 20 minutes to cool down the grill. Once that's done, you can safely put your cover back on, close things up, and you're all good to go. Now, I've shown you the temperature probes before, and you can use those temperature probes as a set point for the grill to tell you when you've reached a certain temperature. You get that visually in the app, and I have to say that I really appreciate that secondary temperature measurement. Now, the way you bring those probes in is through just a little hole in the side of the main grill compartment. Those probes are easy to use, and then later easy to retract out of the grill, but you do have to watch out because they're some kind of hot when you're pulling them out. I have to tell you, the oak flavor and the smoking capability of the Origin 580 really kicked in for this meal. Now, the chicken was entirely infused with that, and we had marinated the chicken prior to that, following a recipe inside of the Brisk-It application. So it was already going to taste pretty good, but that smoke flavor added another layer. It was also easy to monitor through those temperature probes, and I was also really impressed with how easy it was to clean up everything after. I put that chicken right on the grill, which should have left me with an absolute deadly mess to deal with. Since that time, we've cooked all kinds of things, including steak, pork, fish, and more, and it's all come out done really well. I've been impressed with my own cooking skills, but let me be honest, it's not my cooking skills, because I'm quite terrible. Now, I've been able to even try things like beef jerky, and this has opened up an entire world to me. Oh yeah. That is all coming from the Vera AI and the app with all the recipes in it. One of the things that really sets the Brisk-It grills apart for me as a smart home guy is called Vera. Now, Vera is basically an AI assistant that reaches into their library of recipes, pulls out what you're looking for. So let's pretend, and well, I don't have to pretend this, I have a New York strip steak ready to go. And let's say I just want a recipe for that. Now, I could type in or even provide voice commands to this and just say, hey, this is what I'm looking to make. What do you recommend? I've just typed in New York strip, that's it. And let's see what we get back. Okay, so here you go. Now, this is a perfectly grilled New York strip steak. And we've got all the steps, the ingredients we need, and the different stages, and we can send that to the grill, or we can favorite it, which there's a favorites page in the app that you can then go back to at any time. So if you really like a recipe or you want to try it later, you can kind of prepare this way. But what if I wanted to do something a little more complex with that same steak? Let's say we wanted to do a reverse sear of a New York strip. So there you go. This is a totally different recipe for a New York strip steak. I could have asked all kinds of different things, but really the benefit here is I just have to ask about what kind of meat or what kind of meal I want to prepare, and it's going to bring me out something and elevate my cooking. And I think that's the biggest benefit here for me. I'm so excited to have this grill going forward, and I'm really excited to take this over to our new home. Now, we're moving in about a month's time. We're about to do a ton of home tours, and of course, I'm going to show you what we're doing with that grill. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like to check out a Brisk-It Origin 580 or even one of the bigger ones, check out the links down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching today, and of course, live smart.